So Will Duffy has turned his final experiment into a pathological pantomime. Let me show you. Okay, so we got two clips we're going to look at. The first clip here is from a live that was broadcast yesterday, where Will was discussing his final experiment with the Awake Souls channel. Okay, I want you to remember this was broadcast live yesterday. The other clip we're going to look at was broadcast live 5 months ago, where Will Duffy is having a conversation with Witsit Gitsit and Jerem from the Jerenism channel. Okay, so two clips, one from yesterday, which is the one on our screen, and the other clip is from 5 months ago. Okay,
so my first question to you is, how do you support heliocentrism biblically?
I've never said I support heliocentrism.
What do you support?
I have not looked into the heliocentrism versus geocentrism debate, so I don't have a position on it. Okay.
so already Will has already put his foot in it big time. But we're now going to entertain this clip from 5 months ago. And yeah.
Cool. How fast do you think satellites are moving? Yeah, I'm arguing right now that satellites are real. I have not looked into the heliocentrism versus geocentrism debate. So here is the orbit of the ISS over a globe, and here's what it would have to be over a flat Earth. I have not looked into the heliocentrism versus geocentrism debate. And by the way, you might not be able to notice this, but the speed of the ISS on the flat Earth also has to change speed when it gets to the south. Here would be the flight paths on the Gleason map. I have not looked into the heliocentrism versus geocentrism debate. That's how the phases of the moon work on the globe model. I was curious, what is a full moon and what is a new moon on your model? I have not looked into the heliocentrism versus geocentrism debate. The majority of lunar eclipses, which are impossible on the flat Earth model, I have not looked into the heliocentrism versus geocentrism debate. And then it retrogrades right here back to the tip of South America.
The shadow.
The shadow, yes. Okay. This is the path of the shadow. Yeah, what I'm saying is I think the flat Earth community should spend a little bit more time mapping out the path of the solar eclipse on their map. I have not looked into the heliocentrism versus geocentrism debate. So for example, Dave Weiss says that these rockets are fake and that they're inflatables. You guys say the rockets take off in Florida and then just land somewhere else and no one sees it. Everything was analogous to what you guys believe. I have not looked into the heliocentrism versus geocentrism debate, so I don't have a position on it.
So just like everyone else that tries to defend and push the globe Earth theory, the only way they can continue to do so on a regular basis is by lying and misrepresenting. And Pastor Will Duffy, as we've just seen here, is no different. It would seem his final experiment and his defense of his globe Earth theory have turned Pastor Will Duffy into a pathological liar. Why is it whenever we discuss the shape of the Earth and the people who try and defend and prove the globe always end up lying? We had the mainstream media, we had National Geographic and the History Channel trying to fake globe Earth curvature using helicopters and boats and flags. All you need to do if your globe was real was give us a scientific measurement of a large standing body of water displaying convexity upon its surface, and it would be done through scientific demonstration stroke measurement. But everyone that goes online or represents the globe on the mainstream media has to lie and misrepresent and fake their evidence. And now we've got this new guy on the scene, this multi-millionaire or billionaire or whatever he is, pastor, who makes Scooby-Doo look savvy. And on top of that, to push his final experiment and defend his globe Earth theory, he's turned into a pathological liar. This has gotten silly. So what is actually going to go on with this final experiment? Let's just have a quick look at the ingredients. We've got someone who can't stop lying, organising a trip to Antarctica to look up the sky and try and prove his globe earth theory. He wouldn't need to go into Antarctica if the globe earth theory was real, because it would be proven on the mainstream media week in, week out through practicality. It's not. The mainstream media have to lie and fake their evidence, which is why we have pathological pastors coming on to the scene out of nowhere with millions of pounds trying to prove their globe earth theory. And what do they end up doing? Lying. You can't make this stuff up. All the ingredients are in place here for an absolute pantomime of a documentary. When I say documentary, it's going to be a mockumentary. And of course, Jaren has already signed up for it, I believe. And Jaren has already starred in several mockumentaries. Can you see what is going on here? What the plan is? They're never going to prove their globe earth theory, because it's impossible. The only thing they can do is hit piece and propaganda pieces to try and convince naive, gullible individuals that don't have discernment that the globe earth theory is real. The desperation at this point in time for these believers of the spherical earth belief system, it's embarrassing, lads. It's embarrassing. People are constantly coming to my channel and lying and misrepresenting, spewing hatred. And all of them are globers. Look what the globe earth theory has done to people's heads and their hearts. We've even got a pastor now trying to defend it, but in doing so, he's turned himself into a pathological liar. Have a good one, everyone.